Just as Guhan was sighing, suddenly, there was a sound from afar. Guhan turned to look and saw that from the two extremistist country camps, a squad from each was advancing towards this place. Guhan frowned, not understanding why extremistist country guards would approach their location. However, dealing with extremistist country guards was not something Dragon Capital University staff should handle. So, Guhan did not pay much heed to it. The Dragon Country Guards naturally noticed this situation too and split into two squads, waiting within Dragon Country's designated territory for the other side to approach. They wanted to ask what was their purpose for getting so close to Dragon Country's territory. The two extremistist country guard squads quickly approached, and a Dragon Country Guard squad leader loudly called out, "Stop right there. Beyond this point is Dragon Country territory! If you have any business here, please maintain your distance and speak with me. Otherwise, I will consider you invaders and launch a counterattack." And everyone from Dragon Country thought the two approaching squads would stop there and state their business. What no one expected was that someone at the front of one of the extremistist country squads drew their sword and struck out, immediately creating a sword cue that appeared in mid-air. This one attack instantly killed the Dragon Country Guard squad leader who had just spoken, blood splashing everywhere. The other side had sent out a strong player. That sword strike just now was a third profession skill, lightning flash strike. The person who struck was definitely a third profession player, and not a low-level one at that. After all, the Dragon Country Guard squad leader was a level 50 knight with high defense. For the other side to use a third profession change skill and instantly kill him, their level must at least be above 75. This definitely was not the strength that ordinary extremistist country guards could possess. For those level 75 and above, they would generally be regarded as generals of extremistist country. The other side's sudden, deadly attack left Dragon Capital University's people stunned. They were completely unprepared for such a situation. Even so, the Dragon Country Guards were hardened veterans who had been through many bloody battles. They had reacted very quickly to the sudden change in situation. The deputy squad leader took over the squad leader's role and immediately roared orders. "Alert! Enemy attack! Quick, crush the signal stone and send a message back to Dragon Country!" Understood. None of the guards retreated, forming ranks to prepare for battle. Among them, one guard took out a milky white stone from his inventory, about to crush it. This was a signal stone, which always came in pairs when made. Once one was crushed, the other would break as well. Because there was no signal in the wilderness, this was the only way to notify Dragon Country of an enemy attack. Just as this guard was about to crush the signal stone, the air distorted, and a dagger appeared from nowhere, piercing into his neck. Slash! A red flash passed, and the Dragon Country Guard's neck sprayed blood, his head flying off. A nearby Dragon Country Guard roared upon seeing this. "Everyone be careful! There are assassins using concealment! Quickly protect the mages and priests." As he spoke, he raised his greatsword to strike at the now visible assassin. This assassin's level and power were quite impressive. Facing the greatsword, he easily parried it with his bloody dagger, then let out a contemptuous cold laugh. Not lingering to fight, he grabbed the signal stone from the ground while retreating back. He was naturally not the only assassin who had snuck in. As the sound of daggers piercing flesh rang out, 3 assassins appeared in the Dragon Country Guard's backline, instantly killing the mages, priests, and support personnel. Even the transport array leading to Dragon Capital University had its gem shattered by an assassin, immediately rendering it useless and cutting off everyone's last escape route. By now, all the Dragon Country Guards had realized the problem. The squad leader had been killed by a single sword strike, and so many assassins had snuck up on them without anyone noticing. The enemy definitely were not ordinary guards. They were extremistist country's elite forces. Quick, get back the signal stone. The vice squad leader's eyes were almost bleeding with rage. He roared before activating his skill, charge. trying to catch the assassin who took the signal stone. However, several arrows trailing with fire streaked through the air, hitting him with deadly precision. Twang, the arrows vibrated, pinning the vice squad leader to the ground while he was charging, killing him instantly. Moreover, the sky flickered with flames as countless arrays appeared, raining countless fireballs that covered the entire Dragon Country camp. In an instant, the Dragon Country Guard's defensive line was torn apart. They were just ordinary guards, after all. How could they match the enemy's elite forces? Even Dragon Capital University's teachers and teaching assistants were not spared. An assassin had already reached their camp and instantly killed a mage teaching assistant. Guhan reacted by now, but fear did not make her lose her battle sense. As a Dragon Capital University teacher, she had rich combat experience. She immediately drew her sword and charged at the assassin who had entered their camp. Not just Guhan. Other Dragon Capital University teachers also began to counterattack. Although this assassin's level and strength were impressive, he was temporarily forced to retreat when faced with their pincer attack. However, it was all useless. Because the enemy mage's skills had already landed, countless fireballs crashed down, leaving them with nowhere to dodge. The camp was instantly destroyed, becoming a mess. More terrifying was that Extremistis country's close combat profession players had arrived and begun directly engaging the Dragon Country Guards. Though called direct engagement, it was really just a one-sided slaughter. Seeing the enemy's close combat profession players about to reach the camp, which would cause everyone to die, Guhan was frantic with worry. An elderly teacher of the night profession summoned his mount to face the approaching close combat profession players, shouting without looking back. "Everyone who can escape should quickly run away! Don't stay here to die in vain!" Escape. This is Extremistis country territory! Where can you run to? An enemy knight had already arrived, charging at this elderly teacher. After one exchange, the enemy used two skills in succession to unmount the teacher, slamming him heavily to the ground, where swordsmen rushed in to kill him. Seeing the situation so one-sided, Guhan could think of nothing else. With bloodshot eyes and tears flowing, her trembling hands took out a purple scroll from her inventory. Guhan crushed it directly, and immediately, lights from a transport array flickered and began forming. The forming transport array immediately attracted the enemy's attention. An archer immediately aimed at Guhan, planning to kill her before the transport array fully formed. From crushing the teleportation scroll to forming a usable transport portal took about 3 seconds. In those 3 seconds, killing Guhan would be too simple. However, just as the archer let loose his arrow, Guhan's body was pulled into the knot, yet formed transport array and disappeared along with it. The archer's arrow naturally missed. This scene made the archer pause momentarily before understanding what had happened. He immediately reported to his commander ahead. "Commander, someone used a random teleport scroll to escape from here." The so-called random teleport scroll was actually a defective teleportation scroll. It even had another name, Suicide Scroll. Random teleport scrolls could teleport someone away, but where they would be teleported to was uncertain. It would randomly teleport the user to any location on the current map, and most likely to an extremely dangerous place. Because the more dangerous a place was, the more chaotic its spatial principles would be, making it more likely to be the random teleport scroll's destination. Therefore, over half of random teleport scroll users end up in perilous situations because of it. However, random teleport scrolls had one advantage. As defective products, they could pull users in before the transport array fully formed. Using a random teleport scroll to escape was much quicker than using a teleportation scroll. The middle-aged man addressed as commander, the person who had killed the Dragon Country Guard squad leader with one sword strike, was quite dismissive of this. "Let her run. She's just a Dragon Capital University teacher. She is not worth worrying about. Moreover, this is the Divine Bone Forest. It is full of dangers. Even our God Destroyer Legion had to pay a considerable price to explore it." Random teleport scrolls can only teleport her to a random location on this map. If she gets teleported deep into the Divine Bone Forest, she's dead. Even if she escapes, so what? Our people are everywhere. Besides, the transport array to the dungeon instance has already been destroyed. Everyone here is trapped, and reinforcements will not be here anytime soon. His gaze turned to the Death Desert Ocean Dungeon Instance entrance as he sneered. The same goes for those inside the dungeon instance? Meanwhile, the slaughter continued. But soon, everything returned to silence.